Everything that rocks the River City, 103 GBF, and the rest of the stations here at Town Square Media are proud to once again be a part of the annual Paws for a Vet event, which is coming up next Saturday, April 30th. And in the studio now to talk about this event is an old friend of the radio station from Soldier Dogs for Independence. It's Michael Barrentine. How you doing, Michael?
Hey, pretty good. Thanks for having us.
We're glad to have you in this morning. Let's talk about the event. Let's talk, first of all, for those folks. Now, let me just back up a little bit. Last year, Soldier Dogs for Independence, at least on these radio stations, got a lot of talk, a lot of publicity when you were sponsoring our Insane Inflatable event. So I think we covered a lot of folks that know what the organization is, but there's always a portion of the audience that doesn't know what Soldier Dogs for Independence is. So talk a little bit about what you and your guys and your dogs especially are doing.
Sure. We help wounded veterans, deployed or non-deployed, anywhere from the Vietnam era to the present day era. We match them up with local shelter dogs and dogs from animal control that have been in foster care, things like that. We match those up together. Mm-hmm. And then as a team, those two will go through about a 6 to 8 month program. Depending on how well their dog picks up on what their needs are. Mm-hmm. We meet every Tuesday evening, and we basically coach the veteran how to train this dog. We don't get any breeded dogs. We don't train the dog for them. And the reason being is that this is all free to the veteran. We do it all free to the veteran, so we have to have some type of investment in the vet. And that investment is time, and time's a lot more valuable than money.
Absolutely.
So they get invested in this dog. We teach them how to train them. Then this dog becomes their medical tool. This dog wakes them from nightmares, reminds them there's guys that come back with traumatic brain injury to where they can't remember to take their medicine or remember to do simple tasks like turn the stove off. Things like that. We can have these dogs trained to actually alert them when it's time to take their medicine or alert them that the stove's on. That's just kind of the touching the surface.
Sure.
And one big thing is nightmares. They'll jump up. They'll wake us up from nightmares. A lot of guys have come back with post-traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. And with that, one of the big key ingredients to why they're so anxious and stressed out is the nightmares. They don't get sleep.
Sure.
So these dogs can feel the adrenaline running through the body, and they will actually jump up and, some will bark if that's what you prefer, and some will lick you. It's all a matter of, exactly what the veteran wants to be done. And then we teach them how to make that happen. So that's kind of on the mental side of it. Now on the physical side of it, we teach, a lot of guys have back issues, knee issues, things like that. And, we can teach these dogs to go retrieve keys for them. We can have them help open refrigerator doors, basically pick anything up off the ground that they may drop. They can pick these veterans up out of chairs if they need to. I know one big thing that was a help for me is that I love being on the floor playing with my kids. And a lot of guys that have had herniated discs and things like that from the gear that they were wearing, it's very difficult for them to be okay with getting on the floor because then it's hard to get up.
Yeah, getting down's the easy part, right? It's getting back up.
It's getting back up, that's right. And these dogs will call them over, and they will actually stand stout for us and stand like a like if you had a coffee table near you and you pushed off of
just
that.
A surface to stand up with.
It'd be a surface. Yeah. And then we also go as far as some guys have mobility issues to where they, there's some that have lost a lot of fillings in their legs and things like that. So we put a special gear on these dogs to where they can utilize them as a cane rather than having to carry a cane around with them or a walker or whatever. They actually use the dog as their mobility device. So it's pretty special. And another thing to mention is they can sense a lot of internal things that are going on, like diabetes. My personal dog, that's one of his biggest tasks, is alerting me to high and low blood sugars.
Right.
I actually ended up in the hospital with a blood sugar over 500, and that was because my dog jumped on my chest and pushed me on the bed and basically told me not to get back up. And I was kind of confused, and then I went and checked my blood sugar, and it was so high that I had to be admitted to the hospital. So they really are saving lives. A lot of times people say, "Hey, it was really sweet of you to save this dog from the shelter."
Right.
But it goes both ways. They save us just as much, if not more, than what we save them. They're really the true heroes for our wounded vets here on the home front.
We're talking with Michael Barrentine from Soldier Dogs for Independence. You mentioned you and your dog, and just real briefly, I just want to ask about Pork Chop, because I think last time I saw you, he was kind of injured. He was dealing with maybe some hip issues, or no, he had a torn ACL, and I just wanted to personally, I just want to know how he's doing since the surgery.
Well, he actually had another torn ACL on the other side.
Oh no!
Yeah, and he just got recovered from that.
Okay.
He seems to be bouncing back okay.
As much as that big dude can bounce, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not a lot of bouncing.
Yeah, and he's getting older. He's past 7 years old, and the life of service dogs, depending on the dog, it can be anywhere from a life of 8 years to 10 years, depending on how much you work them and what the need is.
Yeah.
And obviously he has a little wear on him because I use him all the time.
Yeah.
He's with me 24/7.
Absolutely. It's awesome to see you guys and your pictures on Facebook that I follow and things like that. Michael Barrentine from Soldier Dogs for Independence is in the studio, and we're talking about their third annual Paws for a Vet event. So now we know what Soldier Dogs for Independence is. Now tell us about this event next Saturday afternoon.
Okay, yeah. First off, we want to reach out to the community, tell them a big thank you, because we couldn't make this happen without them. Mm-hmm. We're going to have a huge silent auction, and we've had the community really step up and give us some pretty amazing items for what we're going to be auctioning off there. We have anything from some of the NFL teams came forward, like the Washington Redskins. Gave us a autographed Trent Williams jersey with a certificate of authenticity. We also have a cleat that's been autographed by Buffalo Bill. Numerous NFL footballs like the Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs, and they've been autographed by the whole team. And so we got quite a bit of NFL memorabilia. And then we have Window World that's gotten some window packages together for us that we're going to be auctioning off. So if any remodels are coming up, that's the perfect time to jump on those. And so there's a little bit for everyone. We also have new this year is a Paws auction, which is basically very similar to a Chinese auction.
Okay.
And we're going to have a lot of kids stuff in there, a lot of kids toys, and not only that, but then we're going to have gift cards and things like that to nice out-to-eat restaurants. Bouncing back to the silent auction, Tropicana came big. They've been a staple for us 3 years now. They have a full package together where it's a overnight stay, dinner at Kavanaugh's, and a couple of other miscellaneous things that they've added in, a value of over $400.
Wow.
So definitely the silent auction is going to be a big hit, and it's real important because this is how we make it free for the veteran,
right,
to go through our program. This is our big event that we are able to help fund all the vet care for the dogs and all the adoptions and all the fees that go along with taking care of these dogs. And know that 100% of these proceeds will go directly back into the veteran. Mm-hmm. Not a single one of our board members get paid for what we do. We do it because we believe in it.
We're talking about the third annual Paws for a Vet event. It is next Saturday, April 30th from 2 to 9 p.m. It's on Pollock Avenue, 1800 Pollock Avenue there at the VFW post. And you mentioned Window World a little bit earlier as one of the donating some goodies to the auction. And we've got Joe Bush here from Window World. You might see on TV all the time talking about Window World.
That's me.
But you're here in a different role today. And you've done something really special for the Soldier Dogs for Independence organization. So tell us about that. And obviously, what you've done is a result of how much you've been impressed and how much you've been affected and touched by this organization. So just talk about your involvement now with Soldier Dogs.
Okay, well, I met Michael 2 years ago at a motorcycle event here in town at the Mid-American Motorcycle Expo, and he walked up with Pork Chop, and he started talking to me about the program, and I just immediately felt a kinship in the mission. Mike is a servant, and the whole team, since I've met him, of course, he invited me to come to the event. It was right before the event 2 years ago, and came to the event. No, he'd already had the event. I'm sorry. I came to last year's event, and just incredible people. Everybody. He mentioned matching the dog to the vet, and they actually have a dog whisperer. Mm-hmm. No kidding. Her name is Linda, and she really takes a personal interest in what's going on. And Dana and Becky and all of the team involved, and Kevin, the VP, they're just first-class people, and their mission is really, truly to serve the vet, to serve the dog, but to serve the vet. And it's an amazing program. What I've seen and what I've been part of so far, and is just I've made some personal relationships with some of the guys as well, and they're truly saving lives. This program is saving lives. That's really what it's doing. And it's about that 22 vets a day committing suicide. Sure. That's really what it's about. And their heart and their mission is just really something. So anyway, they were meeting in another location, and they had a very, very small space. And as some people know, I have a very big building at the corner of Vogel and Stockwell, and half of it is Window World, and the other half is my other company, Old Jim Customs. And Old Jim Customs is basically one big giant showroom. The big LED lit building when you drive by at night, it's all lit up. And I had about 15,000 square feet between the showroom and warehouses, and it's empty because what we do is we make custom motorcycle parts and these signs, and they don't take a lot of space. Mm-hmm. So it just really had been on my heart that they needed to be in my building, and I'd always been given a vision that that's what that building was going to be used for. The showroom would be used for meetings. So they were in a position where they could make a move, and we moved them in, and so now we are the official home of Soldier Dogs for Independence, the official headquarters. So I'm really proud of that. But these guys, what they do and what they've done so far, this is an incredible organization, really, really is. And absolutely. I was looking for, I'm a big believer in corporate responsibility. Us small business owners are the ones that if we want to change our community, we have to step up and do those things. Sure. And I could give shout-outs all day long to all the people and all the sponsors and vendors and people that have donated, but you know who you are. And that's what's so important, is that the community gets behind these organizations. And Mike and his team are just really as legit can be as far as their mission and their heart and what they're doing. They're not doing it for any other reason than to make sure these guys truly have a battle buddy and can survive some of those nights through those nightmares. And I've met some of these guys, and some of them haven't been able to even go to Walmart without their battle buddy. Some of them have never taken their family and gone to Disney World, and now have. And it's a pretty amazing thing. It's a humbling thing. So I'm just really proud to be a part of it. Sure. And get to be called a friend of the organization is a fantastic thing. But this event is, I will be emceeing the event. And this event is really their main fundraiser for the entire year. So we really need everybody's support to come out and come on the 30th and buy some of these cool auction items and see a ventriloquist and listen to Angel Rhodes play. And it's just going to be a great day. We're going to have a great time. Absolutely. The event is the third annual Paws for a Vet next Saturday, April 30th from 2 to 9 at 1800 Pollock Avenue in the Charles Denby VFW post there. We're talking with Michael Barrentine from Soldier Dogs for Independence, Joe Bush from Old Jim Customs. And if you want more info, we've covered a lot of information here. If you want more information, if you want to revisit, find out more about the event and the organization, you can go to soldierdogs.org, just like it's spelled, soldierdogs.org. So thank you both for coming in. Thank you for the great work you're doing, Michael. It's great to see you and Pork Chop. Continued success to you, and I hope you have a great event next weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby.